Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, here to help guide you on your burning adventure. And for whatever reason, YouTube is being a butthead on scheduling. I have no idea what's the problem with that. And thank you for sticking around. Hopefully, we'll get everybody else in. But we'll go ahead and get started. I am going to be working on the cherry blossoms, and because these are light petals, I want to do some negative burning around them to make them pop out. And I decided that I think for these I'm going to use the Albert Brewer watercolor pencils and see how those go. So hi everybody, hi Dan and Patricia and Angel and Grace and Andrew and Paul and Eve. Thank you so much for finding me again. This is just so frustrating. And everybody's liking the new intro for the live?
Well, everybody but Grace.
Oh, Grace isn't liking it?
Grace says she'll be late to every stream.
Oh, but she loves you, Grace. She loves you. Alright, I'm going to start off with the 18M Spear Shader for the Optima, and I am on 2. And I'm going to see here. I still don't have my petals fully in for, I'm sorry, the leaves aren't fully in, but I kind of want to get moving forward. And we have dark centers on the blossoms, but these are very white. And when you, tonal wise, when you look at the black and white, let me click that over to here. There we go. You can really see how light the petals are. So there'll be a little bit of burning in areas, but not a whole lot. So in order to make them pop, I need to do a negative burn behind the petals and get them off the light background. So, and I also noticed right here, my lines are off for the branch. See, this branch is taking off to a flower off to the side, but visually when I look at it, it isn't sitting right with me. So I'm actually going to thicken this one up. So because branches do start off thicker and get smaller or thinner, I'm going to kind of do that because it's already burnt too dark for me to do anything else with it. So since this is our main flower, let's just do it. Actually, I think I'm going to bump it down to 1.5 first. Because I don't want it like super dark. Now, if I was doing a dark background, the flowers would really pop out. But I don't think that's what I want for this. Especially since this is the basswood that I used the electric sander on, and it disrupted the veneer instead of hand sanding it. So I'm going to keep this lighter. How's everybody doing?
Everybody really likes Bernadette.
Yay. Oops. I don't have my easel. I thought I had it pushed all the way back. That kind of sucked. Is it really one of those days? YouTube not wanting to let me stream? I don't like doing it this way because it changes the video address that I've posted everywhere. So after the live, I'll go and update that. So not too dark, and I do want it a little darker, closer to the petals, but as I bring it out, kind of do more of a bouquet effect. Is it bouquet or bokeh? Everybody says it differently. So, in doing this, I can erase the pencil lines. And what I could do is, because in the background there's more flowers, I could kind of burn in different tonal values for those shapes. But I kind of want it more simple. So Is everything looking, sound okay?
I think so.
Negative burning is really a handy tool, especially when you don't want to outline.
I thought negative burning was just if you're burning and you're in a bad mood.
Well, that's kind of what's going on with me right now because YouTube wouldn't let me do my thing.
It's true. We came very close to not streaming.
To canceling it because I had already made you guys wait for so long. And everything worked when I tested it, of course. I'm going to stop here for a second. And let's just erase the pencil, the graphite, so you can see what we're going for. Remember, this basswood doesn't erase the best.
Everybody can hear just fine.
Oh, good. Yay, I got something right. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and use the sanded eraser to lighten it up even more. There we go. The sanded eraser does work well for this. I'm not pushing hard because I don't want to damage the wood. There we go. So the petals are still there. It can go lighter or erase more on the graphite, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. And then I don't want to have the area back here, I think. I don't want it as dark as I'll do the center, so that pops out more. But
Grace is asking if you're using the basswood to use it up.
I had bought these. How many did I buy? I bought several small ones and a couple of larger ones because Blick had said that they had improved them. In theory, they have. But I do want to hurry up and switch over to the treacle and try those out.
What do you mean in theory?
Meaning, when I got them, none of them were split. None of them, the veneer wasn't split. It wasn't warped. For painting or hand sanding for burning, they do a decent job, especially for basswood. Mm-hmm. But they don't take the electric sander. They just don't. And I had bought some to test them out again because I used to use these. But I am looking forward to going over to the treacle. Granted, those are birch, but I think it'll work out better. Alright, so I'm just using a little bit of the tip here. That was for you, Heather. And it can be darker closer to the inner side of the petal. And then I'm going a little more flat and speeding up to soften it out into a lighter burn. It'll be easier where I don't have two petals coming together. But for now, that's fine. And I can always build up those darks. Lightening it is a pain. So, because looking at my photo, I don't think I'm going to need to burn a whole lot on the petals themselves. But I definitely don't want to outline them. They're like petals, and I don't want them to look like line art.
Oh, I guess I've been sniffing. I guess it's causing Eve to jump.
Oh.
Sorry, Eve. I'll try not to sniff in your direction.
How come when you come in the studio you start sniffing? There's nothing in here that you're allergic to.
No, it's not. And it's just today.
No, it's...
Have I sniffed before?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe you should put Bernadette on your hand and then you can just sniff into her.
I thought we were going to let that die.
It's the internet. Nothing dies.
You're in a mood.
I am. I'm ticked.
Don't take it out on me. Bernadette.
Well, that way it's muffled. At least then she's assisting in something.
What are you talking about? She was rewiring everything a moment ago.
That's why we had a problem, isn't it?
Look, all I can say is I saw her with scissors and bolt cutters and duct tape. And we are streaming, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so closer to where the branch is, since I do have a petal, I am going to have to do some of this lighter burning. So I shade that in.
Kenny, no, I have not experimented anymore with burning.
No, but we are going to do that more.
Oh, you just got a flame for your burn on me.
Yeah, I got a flame. Alright, so let's get some of these in here. And then we also wanted to discuss today, while I'm doing this, let's see, make sure you guys can see that the petals are still there and they're starting to pop out. I will darken the gradient a little bit, I think. But for now, I just get us going. So I'm looking at yesterday, I guess a little backstory. I need to make sure it's not too long though.
Backstory.
I was looking at watch time and views, and here lately, those have been really dropping, and it's really frustrating when that happens. Whether people aren't interested or we need to do some different things, I'm definitely open to it. And so Hubcap and I were talking. Since he's done with school, we had talked about Jason starting his own channel for airbrushing and acrylics and whatnot. And you guys like him so much, we were talking about maybe adding him to the channel. Now, Pyrography is not going away. It will still be the main subject of the channel. But we were talking about doing things like collabs where I would burn a piece and Jason would use the airbrush to add some color because the airbrush does a different look. What are you doing?
I just saw this mechanical pencil. It's fascinating.
Oh my god, it's bright and shiny too.
No, it's
I know what it has.
It's
the clip
very cool.
It's very cool. Okay, come back to me.
Where did you get this?
Amazon.
Oh,
It's on my list.
really?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go to your list today. That's freaking awesome.
Do you really like that?
I do.
Should I? Well, we might as well show them what you're liking.
Yeah.
It's the Pentel.
Look at the craftsmanship and the
Craft
detail.
Beer 1000.
And then there's these little rubber grips.
Right
Yeah.
there. What he's liking is the fact that you
And you
push.
click the button. Click it.
I did.
See?
It
And then it goes
retracts.
back. It's awesome.
What did you do? It didn't retract the lid.
Huh? Oh, I probably pushed the lid out more.
But it makes the whole. You can push it and push the lid in, and then retract so that the little metal thingy's not sticking out.
That's right.
There you go.
So when I have them in my pocket, it doesn't go through my pocket protector.
So.
Yes, Grace, I am a child.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. If we can all stay that way. Anyway, so I was looking at, because I'm always trying to find new things to add to Pyrography and to share with everybody. And we've done a burning / airbrush piece. And because the airbrush doesn't go on really wet, especially if you're doing light coats, and almost dries instantly, it doesn't raise the grain of the wood. And I know a lot of woodworkers use airbrush to apply their stains and whatnot. So I was thinking that we could do collaborations and every so often upload just an airbrush or a painting video just to kind of give it a more give the channel more information for everybody, because we all like doing different things, and I'm really wanting to be more creative with the channel. And let's face it, there's only so many things I can say about burning and have it be even remotely interesting. So we want to give more to you guys, and would really like to hear in chat right now, or if you're watching it on replay, what you think of this idea. Again, pyrography is not going away. It is my main medium. But there are other things that I'm interested in and would like to be able to share that as well. But I don't want people getting upset because they subscribed for pyrography and might get a little something different every now and again.
Well,
we have enough camera equipment.
Well, I mean, we've done that before. You posted the Oblivious fine art films on
your short,
the channel.
Your campy shorts?
They're fine art.
Okay. They're fun.
They're fine art.
They're fun.
Not fun art. It's fine art. Anyway, history will be the judge, I should tell you. Okay. Years from now,
when the aliens find it.
Years from now, when I'm receiving my Emmy, along with Doc McStuffins, then then you'll know it's fine art. Anyway, yeah. So I think it would just be part of the channel. Like, it wouldn't show up like in your main pyrography stuff any more than the Oblivious stuff would.
Yes, it does. It shows up in the subscription.
Well, in the subscription, but like when people go to the channel, it's segmented into like live streams and uploads and different things. So I don't think it would be that distracting, do you?
No, I don't think so. And I just saw that Bo has a question about how I get my lines onto cold press watercolor paper, and I use a light box for that.
He's wondering if it'll show through 240-pound cold press.
Depending on the light box that you get, you should be fine all the way up to 300. At least.
See, chat likes the pencil.
They like
Angel and Grace and Eve. And I quote Grace, "Oh, it is cool." That's right.
But I don't think they want it clicking in their ear.
And I quote Angel Stewart, quote, "I want that super cool pencil." As do I, Angel. As do I.
I have it on my Amazon page, and that is linked down in the description. I think it was... I'm trying to think. It was either under $10 or under $15. So, and for that pencil, I have HB lead in it. No, I have 2H or H. No, H. It's H. Had to go through all the letters. It's H. It's a harder lead so that I can fix my lines on the wood with it being easier to erase. And less smearing. Because the harder the pencil, the less smear. Well, this is going a lot faster than I expected. So what does everybody think about adding you to the channel? I mean, you're already here.
That is true.
Every week with the lives. So they've already gotten to know you a bit. And now that you're done with school, you'll be doing more things with the channel anyway.
That's right.
Helping me to edit videos.
Now that I'm qualified, I can actually use my fine art title.
Now what's Bernadette going to do? Because you're kind of moving into her territory.
No, she can be both of our interns. What?
You might want to ask her first. Don't know how she feels about having your hand up there.
Oh.
Making her talk.
I don't know what you're talking about. Bernadette is her own entity.
So, from you, what will people be getting in your videos? I'd rather you kind of.
Well, probably some, maybe some instructional stuff. I mean, there's some really good acrylic construction all over the place. But I think that I combine um, airbrush in a different way. I think a little bit more like Lisa does. Lisa Lockery.
He uses it for backgrounds.
Right. I use mine for large areas and for things that they're appropriate for. Because I don't think there's some people that use airbrush for 100% of their piece.
You used to.
I used to like I hung everything on it, but there's a risk of having a piece look too airbrushy, which is true because you're using an airbrush on it. But just the same way as you wouldn't use, like, say, a fan brush to paint an entire painting, or or any other particular brush to use a whole, to paint the whole image, you really shouldn't be doing that with an airbrush either. So, I mean, not for fine art, I don't think. Like sometimes, like if you're painting something, like a mural or something, it might be totally appropriate. But I think that I can integrate airbrush in an interesting way into fine art. So I think that's what I would be doing.
Well, not only that, you'll already be getting. There would already, like, if we're doing a collaboration with a burning, and I burn it, and then you do the airbrush thing. Well, I've already gotten the detail down, so all you're doing is enhancing it with softer color.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how we're kind of looking at that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that just in the same way that a torch,
which will be going outside in the summertime.
Yeah,
I got some.
So yeah, and we'll be doing that too. We'll be trying the torch, and I'll be experimenting with torch and stuff too. So.
Well, I do think, because I was thinking about this, because, we're going to be doing more videos of teaching you to burn, because that helps not only open you up to new media, but it also helps me in explaining better for people. And so I was thinking, because I have an airbrush as well, but I've got so much that I do or want to do. I mean, I've got stained glass stuff. I've got all the different color media. Airbrushing wouldn't be a bad, especially for me to learn and do better, especially when using the torch and getting the hand motions down. I think would be helpful for me, because I do want to do more torch stuff, but I don't want to do already seen typical torch stuff. I want to be different. At the same time, learning doesn't have to be all stuffy and boring. And sometimes I feel like I bore you guys. I honestly feel that way. If I'm gonna be a little real here, I do feel that at times I'm boring, and I don't want to be that way.
Yeah. Well,
hey, you might want to finish your statement.
Well, you might want to let me finish my statement. A little sensitive, are we? I don't think you're boring.
Of course you don't. You're married to me. You have to say that.
No, that's not true. I mean, it's true. I am married to you, but I don't have to say that. I say it because it's the truth. But I think that adding some variety to the channel and things that you do, I think it'll help. And I was telling Valarie last night that, when she set up to do this channel, it was to educate and to provide, quality resource and information, for people who are getting into pyrography. And, I think that she's achieved that. So, I mean, it's not like she's going to stop.
Oh, no.
Pyrography, because she'll continue on. It's just adding a little more variety to the channel. So, like, we thought about, like, maybe doing a collaboration where, we pick a picture, and then I do it my way and she does it her way, either burning or in acrylic for me, and then, you know, just to see like how it comes out. And then, you know, regular collabs where like we did before that you guys didn't see, but where you burn a piece and I augment it with a little bit of color.
Yeah.
You know, or however, you know. So we'll see. We're getting a little bit of buffering. I just caught it.
Of course, because why wouldn't we?
So one of our viewers is in a lightning storm.
Oh, at least I saw that.
Yeah, and so she's having problems with buffering, but hopefully it doesn't buffer anymore. So.
And we've had the internet company out here.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy spent, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, he did. Well, it wasn't quite 2 hours, but it was a while.
Luckily that we get the insurance, so we don't have to pay for that.
Right.
It is frustrating.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have more of the negative burning down. And I do think I'm going to darken it up a bit. But I am liking, for the most part, I think I need to, well, of course I have to keep going this way. Maybe fade out a little bit more. And I do think it needs to be darker, closer to the petals. And I had talked about doing the watercolor ground on this one. But I've had the Albert Brewer watercolor pencils. I've got the 60 set. We've had it for almost 2 years, and I bought them for burning. And Steve over at the Mind of Watercolor has had his for about the same amount of time. And he pulled his out and started playing with them, so now it inspired me to do the same. Because I got to thinking, even though these are not an exact set, the flowers, they can hang all three together and make sense, but they're not exact. So they don't have to look exact. Let's play with them. And see, with the airbrushing, are you going to stick to acrylic? Or when working with the burning, or are you going to look at also water-based stains and inks? Anything transparent works really well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. You know, go project by project. I mean, I have inks that I would probably use. So. Oh,
and also liquid watercolor.
Yeah, that too.
Excuse me. We have that as well. So many supplies, and I just really want to use them. But at the same time, I'm not sure what people want to see. And that's where you guys come in. Whether it's watching it live right now or on the replay. I really would like to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
Now, every piece is not going to be colored.
No.
This is just adding more resources to the channel and having fun doing it. I've been trying to get a little more creative with like dedicated video, how I'm editing it and what I'm including.
So we also had talked about potentially being on camera more as well. So
the biggest thing here, I'll be a little real here. The biggest reason why I'm not on camera all the time is because of my lupus and my eczema. The lupus puts on your nose and cheeks what's called a mask. That's where lupus comes from, because it looks like a wolf's mask. So I have that going on. And then the last couple of years, my eczema has moved up to my face, where it's along underneath both sides of my cheekbones. And so that's more redness. Sorry. And wearing makeup, most makeup, irritates the hell out of my face.
Yeah.
Like, I want to take my nails and get in there and scratch.
Like when we went to the wedding, you had makeup on, and then after it came off, you had welts on your face.
It was horrible.
And I felt so bad for you.
And that lasted for days. So that's the main reason I am not on camera all the time.
We could do like...
Is because I feel subconscious about myself and my face, and until I feel comfortable with that, I need to wear makeup, and the makeup gets irritating. Though I have airbrush makeup, I need to try that again.
Right. I think that you're lovely. Always. Every day.
Of course, you have to sleep next to me in the bed.
I want to sleep next to you in the bed. I think you're beautiful. I mean, you could be like a vigilante artist. You could wear like, if you're that...
Wear a mask.
If you're that sensitive about it, you could wear a bandana and it could be like, Valarie, Bandito Pyrography.
Yeah, but I can't wear masks over my face. I freak out on that. So, it's a catch-22. But my eczema over the last couple of years has gotten pretty bad on my face. And I've been trying everything.
Yeah. People should know what I look like.
They will. We're gonna...
No, I mean from the videos.
What do you mean?
I'm in...
Oh, yeah.
The fine art movies.
Yes.
Although I've lost a little weight. Yes, we went to the royal wedding, Angel. That's what happened.
No, just younger son getting married. In fact, last night they got back from their honeymoon in Jamaica. And I don't know if he had to go to work today or not.
No, Angel, it's not fine art movies. I mean fine art movies. It's not porn.
Have I tripped?
I will not tell Doc McStuffins that because...
Hey, Otto. Patricia, have I tried high key lighting? What do you mean by high key lighting?
Well,
I got lighting everywhere.
Are we talking about like high contrast?
When I say my... let me see if I can pull up a photo so I can... One that I'm comfortable with.
I can go grab your portrait and just shove that in front of the camera.
Yes, you could.
So Val is like, she is a little sensitive about it because I did her portrait for my BFA final show, one of the pieces that was hanging in the gallery, and she was not aware that was hanging apparently. So we went into the reception and she kept steering me away from it.
Okay, so here's one of the photos I kind of use for YouTube and other places. So I've got a bunch of makeup on and it's kind of hiding it. But so I have my lupus mask that goes along the bridge of my nose and my cheeks, and then along the side of my face up to my cheekbones here is all my eczema. So that's why I have an issue. And I've hit it pretty good. That one's a little redder than my other photos.
Okay. She's talking about like high key lighting where the details are kind of washed out.
No, I haven't tried that yet. And I don't think there's soft enough filters to use. Let's get some of this away. So that's why you don't see me on camera all that much. But if that would make people feel better and watch and enjoy the videos longer, then I will suck it up and get on camera again. I mean, a lot of times, and I've noticed it recently, we go out every Sunday to sketch and have breakfast and have us time. So if you like message us on Sundays, we don't answer very quickly because that's date day. And I don't wear makeup out most times. And I'm noticing more and more people looking.
Well, you're getting a lot of compliments on your picture, on your photo.
Thank you. Again, lots of makeup.
Grace would like a video about your medical experiences in art and how those two interact. Have you done that?
No, I haven't.
I feel like you should.
Well, we kind of talked about it in the live.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, but I don't have a dedicated. And as for my eczema, only thing art helps is keeping my hand busy so I'm not scratching my face or my arms. As a kid, it was really bad too. And they really didn't know how to treat it. So when I'd have to go to the nurse's office because I was rubbing myself bloody and raw, literally, they would pour calamine lotion on my arms, and that would just make it worse. And unfortunately, our grandbaby has it even worse than I do.
Mm.
And I think that's because I can control myself on scratching. Whereas she's a baby, it itches, she's going to scratch. I tend to use like my knuckles to kind of scratch and get things to calm down.
Well, Paul has an idea.
Sure.
Paul Lockwood. He says if you do just an intro and outro on camera, maybe. I mean, you could even record that. I mean, like...
That's when I was on camera.
Right.
I would have to do batch recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And we're going to do more of that again.
Okay.
Yeah. I know people want to see... I mean, honestly, I would love to get to a place where I'm on camera and I'm not wearing makeup and I don't care. I would love to get to that place. That's going to take some more work. I might do okay art, but I have other issues. I might be able to share this and mess up and be okay with that. But we all have our... Let's see. Do I need to zoom in? I've just been chatting and moving. Or is that close enough for everybody? Because really all I'm doing is just trying to get this first layer. That way I can see.
I think it's good. I can see it pretty good.
Let me see here. We're going to have to move... Not so much move this branch. And bump it up to 3. But thicken it so that it stands out better. Oh, it makes sense, because right now, it mentally, for me, does not make sense. So I bumped this one up to almost 3.5.
Mm.
And we'll put a little bit of this in there. Oh, that one dark. That's okay. I'll just do that. It went darker, 1, because the veneer is off, or it's rough, and 2, I'm just using the tip of the pen, like the very, very end of it, and so that's hotter. So in doing that, we need to adjust this one, and then it should make more sense. This one needs to be darkened. I do want it to overlap that one. So do that. Alright, let's see here. It's not going to make perfect sense because underneath the leaf, the branch can go up, but I think that's as close of a fix as I can get right now. So I'll bump it up to 2, and then I'll darken. We'll focus in this area now, just so darken it up. And what I'm trying to do is fade and get that gradual gradient going. Remember, the faster I go, the cooler or the lighter the burn without adjusting the heat. To me, this is the easiest way to do gradients. It has more to do with pen control. So we'll darken up here, and I am lifting the tip a little bit so I can recover some of the heat. And we're going to blend it out. So we got that one. Don't think I need to go too much darker. There are some burn lines in the petal, but I think I want those. They're going to be lighter, I think. So just kind of smooth this out. Get that gradient. And we'll do the same over here. I am kind of going in circles to make it a little bit more even. I know for certain techniques I will lift and go in one direction, lift and go back. But most of the time I use my burner pen as similar to a pencil, like I would if I was doing graphite or colored pencil. Small little circles. And then blending it out. Now, I don't necessarily have to get everything exactly the same tone, but I do want to get it close. Especially where there's multiple areas coming together. I think a little darker. And instead of touching down on my scratch piece of wood, when I lift and then I need to test, I'm just knocking some heat off the tip on a darker area. It's just these little pen controls that help to improve burning. No matter what kind of art you're trying to make. So we got that a little bit.
Well, I can say that for sure, the little bit of burning that I tried last week, it definitely is a challenge to have that control.
It is practice, but very doable. I think sometimes people just don't keep going, and they call it finished before when they could do more to bring it up to the next level.
Yeah.
And then get a little frustrated because they're not seeing that next level. And it's mainly because they're not giving themselves a chance.
Yeah. Well, I think impatience is huge there too.
Yeah.
But if you're doing pyrography, I feel like that if you're still doing pyrography at this point, then you've learned some kind of patience.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not instantaneous.
No, it's not. And I see people, oh, I can get that done in an hour and a half. And it's like, well,
yeah,
that's awesome. I can't do it.
Yeah, you can get it done in an hour and a half. But
oh, no, I've seen some beautiful stuff that they've gotten done in under 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just not one of those. And that's okay. I mean, sometimes it's frustrating because like this, I'd like to be done with these because I really want to move on. I want to go on to something else. In fact, that's why we did the live last week that we did. I needed something a little different. And I should have been further on this. But I was working on another piece because I just wasn't feeling this one. But I'm liking it better now that I've put in some of this negative burning. And I feel like I can do a little bit more with it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking on the flowers, because the photo, all the flowers are pink. But I'm not going to do all pink.
Oh.
I think some of them are going to be white or cream. I mean, we've got the wood to contend with, so it'll be some of them will be cream and white, and then others will be pink. And since I'm using the watercolor pencils, I'm gonna have to be really careful because those are highly pigmented, and a little bit of pigment goes a long way. So I think we're definitely gonna do a test board for that.
Okay.
And actually test the pencil on that board with water activating it before I do it for reals on this piece.
For reals.
For reals. Alright. So I'm trying to just focus on this flower, so I'm not bouncing around everywhere. But I am liking... I'm trying to go further out so it doesn't look like a shadow, but at the same time, so that these will pop out. In fact, now that I've got a lot of that down, I'm not erasing all the lines, just the ones that are touching the negative burn. I'm going to try to do this without shaking everything. And I am going with the grain with the sanded eraser because it has the, I'm assuming it's pumice, and that can lift the burn. If I do it too much, I'm going to have to go back in with a sanding stick and kind of smooth the area.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can not do that. Let's see here. But I went really light on transferring. I didn't have a heavy hand this time. It still got down in the grain. So do we have any questions either about, well, anything?
Right now chat's talking about, well, basically society and societal expectations with looks.
Did I start something?
I'm paraphrasing, but yes, you did.
Oh, I'm trying to start that.
Yeah, but Angel now wants your pencil and both erasers.
Yeah, I have all those listed.
And Angel also has made a comment that key to all mediums is a lot of layers. I would say that's true in most cases.
Yeah. Now, are you going to try, do you think about trying oil painting? I'm not quite sure
I do
how that would work with wood not being gessoed.
No, I do oil painting, but there's problems there because we're talking about drying time. I mean, you can do wet on wet, which is a possibility, but I think it depends on the project. Because if I use oils, it's mostly for a finishing layer, you know, final glazing and stuff.
And that's what I kind of mean. If we did it on a project,
we have to see what the project is. More
glaze, like if we were doing the flowers, and I wanted. Trying to think, and I visualize that for whatever reason, the oil paint might look better.
Okay.
What do we have to look at as possible issues?
The oil permeating the wood grain and causing some staining.
Oh, okay.
Because the oil reacting with the actual wood. That would be a big one.
So would it warp the veneer, do you think?
Possibly.
Because I know oil painting, gesso comes first, and I know there's clear gesso. I just don't know how well that would work.
I mean, what we'd have to do We'd probably have to seal it at that point.
Oh, so seal the burning first?
Yeah.
And then what would we have to gesso over it?
I'll do some research on that, but I think if it's an acrylic seal, then probably not.
It'd be the polyacrylic that I normally use.
It would probably act very similar to gesso. But I have to make sure that would be okay, because you wouldn't want the oil lifting or anything.
Well, wouldn't we seal it again once the oil is...
Yeah, but that's the problem, though, is the oil takes so long to dry. I mean, even oil that's like quick drying, you know.
But the Gamsol you can... as soon as the oil is dry to the touch, you can seal. The Gamsol? No. You have it. I got it for you.
Yeah, it's liquid.
No, not liquid. I'm talking about the
you're
varnish.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I mean, you can do it, but I don't know how that's going to affect things.
I guess we'll have to do... Maybe we should record our experiments, too, and share those. Because that would definitely be an experiment. My biggest thing is being able to add color without color traveling or lifting the grain. That's like the biggest thing. And I know colored pencils, pastels, those all work the best for that. Mm-hmm. But I would like other options for people. And for me. Sometimes I miss working, or sometimes I miss color. And I've been wanting to do a color pencil piece and practice pastels more. Play with the watercolor pencils. There's just so much more I want to do. And I feel better when I incorporate it with my burning.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if people aren't interested in it, if that's not something they're looking for when it comes to the channel, I kind of need to know, because it takes time to edit and, well, to film, to finish, to edit, and then to post. There's a lot of work being a YouTuber. Lots of work. It is running a small business.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And the learning curve and trying to learn everything in order to get it right. Like right now, I do not know why YouTube is not letting me do a scheduled live. All the settings are the same. In fact, I'm using the same settings I was trying to use on the schedule live right now. And are we still buffering?
No, we're not.
So I gotta figure out what in the world's going on with that. I almost threw a little temper tantrum. Almost.
I was scared.
You weren't scared.
I was.
You weren't scared. Just smooth that one out there. See, because I've used the sandpaper, it's not as smooth any longer. So I'm just trying to, I am putting a little bit of pressure on to make sure all the grain is getting hit a little better. But I think, let's see here. So, even though I haven't done the petals yet, the petals are popping out more. Excuse me. So, let's see here. I said I was going to stick with this flower. Looking at my black and white photo. The stamens coming up are white, so I don't want to get all that. Let's see here, do that. That'll be this. This can go darker, but I don't want it as dark as the stem. What else is everybody saying?
Oh, they're still talking about it's talking about appearance in society.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I was the only one who kind of felt that way.
No, I think most people do.
I do too. But there's more of a reason medically as to why I feel the way I do.
Yeah.
Which is also why I don't, like, if we're out, like, doing our Sunday date or whatnot, why I don't do a quick live stream or photo or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We've got a little bit of that in there. I'm trying to bypass the pencil just so I don't have to do a whole lot of scratching in for the whites, because I'm expecting the pencil, the white watercolor pencil, to not be very bright. So let's see here. We got a little bit of that. Gotta make sure everything looks like it's connected. So we'll do this. Now, because what they're discussing, do I need to make chat not be available afterwards? Meaning, is there personal stuff being discussed?
I think there's some personal stuff there. So, I mean, people are telling their stories about things that have happened to them, you know, things that have happened, you know, in society, or expectations that relatives have had, you know.
Yeah.
And
well, do you guys feel comfortable with the comments staying? Because it may help somebody else. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And that was the reason why I brought up me. Now I'm going to the small ball tip. We need to put in our dots for where the stamens are. And it looks like, in the black and white, it looks like the light stamens are darker, at least for that petal.
yeah.
So I have to be... Alright, so I didn't draw all my dots in. I figured I can put... They don't have to be exact. And so I just
That's true.
put them in. Let's see here.
Yeah, they're talking about how parents, when you're growing up, like, try and control the way you look and dress. I mean, I had that problem growing up too. Like, when I was 15,
Yeah.
I really wanted a cape. I wanted to wear a cape to school, and they wouldn't let me. I was so angry. But
I think they did a favor for
in
you.
retrospect, it might have been, you know, it might have been an okay idea for me not to wear a cape.
Were you really 15?
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you anyway.
Oh, anyway, what?
Well, I would say in that particular case, your parents were right.
Yeah. Otto wants to know how many tips you own.
For the Optima, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
All the
6,
tips.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Looks like I'm up to 13.
13.
13. That really, if I didn't connect it with anything, still looks kind of cool. So right now I am a little above 2. I think I'm also going to use this tip to kind of darken some things around.
What? No capes, Kenny. How are you supposed to make a dramatic entrance? Or exit? Nothing expresses your distaste of a situation like a flourish with a cape as you leave. Wait, that's normal, right?
Normal for you, love. Normal for you.
Yeah, normal.
Does that make you feel better?
Well, it does.
Okay. Well, then we'll go with that. I'm going to bump this to just below 2 so I can darken a bit of the center. Get that in there. I really can't tell what the details are. So I'm just doing squiggles and just trying to get the shapes in the approximate right area. Let's see here. It actually looks like this is more the stem. So we'll get that in there. Well, if you want to wear a cape during your videos.
Well, I don't have a cape now, do I?
Now, you know, if you want one, I'll buy you one. Because I do that. And surprise you. Do you want a cape?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure. It was a phase I was going through.
When does the phase end?
Huh?
I said, when does the phase end?
So you know what? I'm an artist now. I don't need a cape. It's all about the beret.
Well, there's only one beret you have, and I don't know that you would wear that while making art.
No, I need a floppy beret.
Well, I don't know the way you guys wore it.
And some round reading glasses. And I don't smoke, but I need a cigarette holder with maybe like a chocolate cigarette. And a turtleneck.
Oh, and a turtleneck?
A black turtleneck.
Oh, we're going full.
And, yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to take that, but chat's clamoring for you to buy me a cape.
I told you. You mentioned it. So, of course, they're telling me to buy one for you. And then they're going to want photos, too.
I feel like that's... What is the word? Hang on a second. Exploitation.
Of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll live. Alright.
Well, that's sensitivity. Welcome to Politically Correct with Valarie. You'll live.
But you will.
I don't feel comfortable with this. You'll live.
You will. Let's see here. I got one right here. Now these are a little blurry. So I'm trying. There we go.
What's blur? Oh, the stamens?
Yeah, well, yeah, the dots. See, they're little because they're yellow and they're lighter tone than the center.
Hashtag free the cape. Wet angel. Oh no. Oh, baguette. Yes, you need a baguette.
I can't eat bread.
Huh?
Like that.
No, for my artist image.
Oh.
I need a baguette, okay?
Okay. That's what you want. You know what? I'm going to go lighter, and I'm going to lightly put in the statements. So I've bumped it down to 1.5 with the ball tip. And it should be. Now, if I go over the pencil, it's going to not only burn the pencil in, it's going to show as well. So let's do this.
Well, if I'm going to go for the full image, I would need like a chain necklace with a hubcap.
Wait a minute, what kind of image are you trying to go for?
I'm not sure now.
Because you're like mixing up different...
And a pencil mustache, Eve? Really?
No pencil mustache.
Then do the bad French stereotype song? Like, I don't know what she means. Oh,
Either you just offended Grace, or I'm sorry, Eve, or you just knocked her off her chair laughing.
she's the one that recommended it. So I'm going to go with not offended.
Alright, so I'm actually just a little bit above 1. I think I may still end up.
I would present a noble image. I would represent French people everywhere.
French fries. French bread.
Yes, I will carry a brush around so everybody knows that I'm an artist. Like several.
Those in there. Let's see here. We got this one coming down. Move smoother. That. I'll do that one.
How long are we going to run today?
Well, we normally do an hour and a half, and we're 15 minutes late.
Ah, I see.
So I'm trying to get as far as I can on at least the main flower. Hi, Robin. Yep, it is a mono. If this is the one you're asking, it's a mono sanded eraser for ink. Let's see here if I can get it to show. There we go. There we go. Alright. That's my tip. Let's see here. I really can't see the stamen here. This one is a lighter one. So I'm going to have to use negative burning to right now it looks dark because I'm burning on the raw wood directly. Hopefully. No. See, it keeps going back and forth. I guess we have to be done.
Ah.
Is it buffering for you guys?
I'm assuming it is because I just lost it.
Damn it. This is frustrating.
You're telling me. Okay, and now it's back.
Yeah, it's showing stream resumed. Okay, you know what? I don't even know what to do anymore. Well, Eve's saying it's back now.
Yeah, it is back because I'm watching it.
Alright, what I was showing was that I negative burned that stamen. And it stands out better than if I would have scratched it out. I think we'll go for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go yell at the internet gods. And YouTube gods, for that matter. They all have me pissed off.
Otto is asking who Bernadette is, and Grace is saying don't mention her, so she'll summon the beast.
And then she popped up, didn't she?
Huh? No, she was actually mentioning Bernadette.
No. Meaning the summons happened.
But now she appears. You have summoned her.
She is here to answer. Alright.
She's our paid intern.
Actually, right here, that's what's kind of off. Is I'm putting in that little gap between this petal, which is attached to this flower, and this one. This flower, this petal is lighter than the back one and more focused. See, I was trying to figure out why my lines weren't making sense to my brain. Now they do. Now they do. So we got that. And this looks like, I'm not sure. I thought it was more. Alright. So we got that. This side is lighter. And actually, there's a gap here. I don't know why. I didn't. Can I see that pencil real quick that you were playing with, please?
Where'd it go?
You cut it.
Oh, here it is in my hand.
You cut it.
Ah.
I'm going to fix one of my lines so that I don't misburn. Right here, looking at my picture, this petal comes up and is more this way. And there's more of a gap that for whatever reason I didn't leave. And this comes down a little bit more.
Heather, that's deeply disturbing.
I didn't do it.
No, you have to read chat. I feel necessary to mention that Bernadette's a sock puppet. Oh. For anybody who reads these comments.
Oh, do I need to make the... Heather! That's too funny. Okay, so this petal makes more sense to me. The thing is I actually...
What is Heather on?
Something good, obviously. Alright, so I'm going to have to bring in my negative burning more right there.
I was wondering where Heather went, actually.
She's right there in chat. Let's see here. So...
Okay, but I didn't see her for a while. Don't say it like it's nothing. Like I just didn't see.
Okay, so our gradient needs to come in more. So I'm just going to use the ball tip. It is a small area. So reshape the flower because I'm also shaping the petals more. There we go. And come down a little bit. Let's see here.
I feel like that whole sock situation has been blown out of proportion. Oh my God.
Are they really socking it to you? Okay, so the shape of the petal looks better. Works better for me. Let's see here. So I was erasing as much as I could. In fact, I can erase what I just put down. See that the regular graphite comes off so much easier, a lot easier than the transfer paper. There we go. See the stamens are lightening up a bit because there's still graphite underneath. Yeah. If I can get it out of there. It works better. So now turn that off. So for the petals, I don't think the spoon shader, you know what? I think we're going to go with the 2B.
Or not 2B?
Yeah, we're going to do the 2B.
Oh.
Because it's rounder, so we can get a softer burn in there. That's what we need. So, let's plug it in. What side are we on? Oh, I am now down to 3 wood burners that are physically on my shelf. I packed away the nibs. I had 5 burners out, and then the razor tip went to a new home. And because the nibs burner just isn't working right no matter what I do, I had put that one away. So now I've got the Coalwood, the Optima, and the Burnmaster.
Wow. That's like kind of like one of those reality shows. Like,
I know.
Which wood burner will get the rose?
Now my nibs burner pins I can use on the Optima. So it's not that I can't use it anymore. It's just the base, for whatever reason, when I sent it into the new company who bought nibs burner, they messed it up more. So I have had to put to bed my first wire tip burner. I can still see her though. She's up there.
What?
She's up there.
Oh yeah.
I can still see her.
See that? Why is it?
Let's see.
Why is the anatomy dummy?
Because that one don't want to stand up.
Oh, okay.
It's a pain in the butt. It doesn't want to stand up on its own. Okay, so this petal is actually folded. And when you see me pausing and still moving my pen, I'm looking and just kind of imprinting. Darker than I wanted. The movement that I want on the board. I'll just soften that. So, see, this is still too dark, so we're going to go down to 1. This is a really light burn. And the Optima does the best on these light burns. So we'll get that in there, and I want to make sure to get some of the ruffles in there.
The chips?
Do we? No, not those kind of ruffles.
Oh.
Don't have to do a whole lot. This petal is, let's see, we got a darker petal back here. So we're going to negative burn that in as well. Get that in there. I'm going to slow down the pen. Again, I have not adjusted the heat setting itself. I'm just slowing down. Okay, so we'll get that in there. And then this one is lighter. So I'll just put in that bit of ruffle. That. This one's a little further away and curves more, so we do have more going on with that one. Remember, we can always darken it up. So we'll get this in here. And this is why I wanted to do the negative burn. Because these are so light. If, in fact, I can go darker with my negative. Now that I'm putting in some of the petal detail, I can go darker. It turns out this petal is actually part of that flower. So I'm going to back off and work on this one. They really do blend in well together. I'm going to go this way. I'm trying to go with the curve and direction of the petal. Yeah, I'm going to have to darken the negative burn. And I'll darken part of it just so we can see where we go. Oh, I feel like I've gotten a little further. Let's see, this petal looks like curves up and is underneath the top petal. So we want that shadow in there. Get that in there.
Wow, we just went through like a gamut of conversation.
Did they?
Yeah, they're talking about ketchup flavored chips now.
Never had them.
But has anybody had paprika flavored chips? I feel like Canadians and Europeans would. Yes, of course I have.
Oh. I thought you were making that up.
No.
Let's see here, down here, the petal curves.
Do you know what they taste like?
Paprika chips?
Correct.
Get that in there. Actually, I think this can go. So if I'm burning at that value, the negative burn around it is going to have to be darker. So let's get that in there. I'm just going to bump it up. So all the light burning for the petals, I was using 1. And then I'm going to pump up.
The jam?
I'm going to pump it up. I'm going to increase the negative burn, and we'll really see the difference now that I have some more definition. I'm going to use that. So, let's get that in there. So I can do one of two things where I put in the curve where the petal goes up. I can actually leave the negative burning lighter so that area is darker, or I can go darker. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I am trying not to burn over any graphite. Or, yeah, graphite that's left over. So that it doesn't stay. Oh, went real dark there. So now, let's blend it in. Now the spoonator might not be bad right on this. So this petal is actually going over the stem. So I kind of want a little shadow here. It doesn't have to be very noticeable. We're just darkening it up a little bit. You know what? I'm going to try the spoonator and see if that does a smoother burn. Let's see here. And it's just because I had taken some sandpaper, I can feel that it's not as smooth as when I sanded it. So we have to adjust for that. Alright, the Optimus spoon. Make sure I'm on the right side. So I'm just really trying to get this flower done as much as possible. The leaves and stems are still not done. But we can at least see how far we can take the flower. Do we have any questions?
No, we're talking about chips or crisps. Sorry.
It's funny, it's a burning channel, but we end up on food.
Well, at least it's on food now.
Maybe I should start burning food.
Cause it. I had to think about that. You're gonna cook with that? That's gonna take a long time.
Let's try this out. I've got the spoon. Yeah, almost 1.5. And I'm just trying to smooth out. And it's actually doing a really good job on smoothing it out. Yeah. Other spoonators, you have the issue of the crack, grabbing the wood. But that is not an issue with this one. I think Pat's still doing pre-sales. I haven't. I need to check his website. A couple of days ago, the spoonator was not added yet. But I know people... Oh, I know he's shipping them, actually. Because Robert in the Drawing with Fire group got his 2 spoonators. And he's very happy with them. So yes, it does appear that Pat is shipping now. You may still have to email him to request the pens. But they are available. So I'm just smoothing out the burn.
It's amazing how much definition that negative burn
it just
created.
In fact, because I know this petal is on top of that one, what I should do is put a bit of negative burning. There may not be a whole lot of shadow on here showing, but this petal is going to be darker. It's further away and it's behind. So let's just get that in there. Alright. Now I should be able to erase some more. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna have to punch up. Punch is what I keep trying to say, that is not what's coming out. Alright.
Angel wants to know the definition of negative burn.
Negative burn is when you are burning the area, or is that supposed to be a joke?
No.
Okay. The way you kind of turned to me, I wasn't sure if you were going to tell me it was
I realize
a
you have to
joke.
be careful. It's like questions from Angel and Heather.
And Grace.
And Grace.
Yeah. The negative
and
burn
Andrew.
is when you're burning around an area and burning that shape in without burning it directly. So it's the negative space that area is holding. Or behind. How else would you describe it?
The negative burning?
Yeah. He's wanting to know about...
I would say when the shadow or the area outside the object defines the object as opposed to the object itself being defined. So like a good...
So if you've got a cutout.
Yeah.
It's not what you've cut out, it's the leftover behind what you cut out.
Correct. It's like that that grade school project they have you do with the faces.
Hmm? What do you mean?
Like you'll do like a cutout of your face, and then you'll surround it in black, and the black outline defines your face.
Never did that.
Really? I must have gone to a very artsy.
I went to school in Texas. Come on.
Oh, never mind. You guys were shooting stuff. Learn how to ride.
Bad timing. Bad timing.
Oh.
Bad timing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You guys were riding horses. Learning how to rope steers and stuff.
I was in Dallas. You do realize that, right?
Yeah. You guys were learning how to interpret what was going on the show.
I've actually been to the house.
Now, kids, what did JR mean when he said, anybody know?
Well, you can't go in the house. You can only drive and look at it from a bit of a distance.
Yes, Robin, silhouetting is a form of
There you go.
negative.
We're paying more attention to what is on the outside of the subject instead of the subject itself. But in doing this, yeah, the spoon shader is really helping to smooth this out. I bumped it up to 2.
Andrew said I took the words out of his mouth. That's because great minds think alike, Andrew.
What words?
I said great. Grace.
What did you?
Angel. Heather.
Great.
I don't know what you're saying, but I know you're thinking it.
It's there. Alright. I'm just trying to smooth this out. I don't want a whole lot of texture in this area in the backburn because the flowers have texture. And that's kind of like with the otter. I was having a problem with having too much texture and having things more busy. And so I was having to smooth things out.
And apparently I didn't answer Angel's question correctly.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm not Missy.
What are we looking at? I mean, what is her question?
Oh, but do you add shade? Are you talking about like shading actually on the flowers?
Yeah, I've got the shading on the flowers because they're not flat. They're, going up and down and moving. And so there's hills and valleys.
So her original question was negative burn. Does it mean light shading and dark background?
It's however you want to do it. I'm making an artistic choice to have this be more of a lighter gradient. Actually, but I need it darker than the petals in order for the petals to pop out. So it's however you want to do negative burning. In fur, it's similar to like what I did with the stamen here, where you burn on either side of your area so that it stays light and pops out that way. So that you don't have to scratch it out or whatnot with the X-Acto knife or your preferred method. So this is just one way of doing negative burning. I could go really dark or keep it really light.
Stop yelling at me, Grace. You're ruining my life.
Oh boy, what did you do?
I don't know. Ignoring Angel. You mean to ignore her?
Got clarification. And fixed it. Alright.
She says I hate her because I want a cape and chips.
Okay. So this petal we didn't.
Don't hate you, and the other part's irrelevant.
So this petal's kind of turning, so I have to pay attention to where those ruffles are and how they're going. And see, I think I'm going to do this flower pink. And this one a lighter cream or white. And then pink with a bit of gradient white in it, just to give a different feeling. Uh-oh, he's writing. Is somebody in trouble?
No.
Oh, okay. 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 Well, do you want to say bye to them? I am going to start wrapping this up. We are at about an hour and a half.
Okay.
With even the screw-ups.
What's... Oh.
YouTube.
The buffering.
Yeah. Oh, buffering?
No. What?
What?
I'm writing the naughty list. No, that wasn't it. No, I'm not going to put you in timeout. If I could do anything, Grace, I'll just call up Bernadette. That is what happens.
Alrighty.
What?
Oops. I didn't mean to pop up Bernadette. I was going for something else. And
oh, see, that's karma.
Here, you're going to have to click it off because I can't see.
That's karma.
I was not going for, I promise.
That's karma for Grace.
Trying to pop the cherry blossoms
It didn't
off.
even happen. It was Grace. It was what's karma telling you now?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it here. I will work on this more. I do think I need to do darker negative burn around the petals, closer to the petals and lighter as we come out. In doing that, the stems, at least, are going to have to go darker. I need to finish the leaves, and I think parts of these are going to have to go darker. But we at least have the shape of the flower in and have a better idea of how negative burning can really shape the petals softly, or I could really cut it in there. But for this, I want soft. So hopefully I will have this all completely done burned, because we also have our sides to do. And next week, fingers crossed, we will be doing watercolor pencils with this.
Yay!
Yay! Fingers crossed. So if we don't have any last questions, I don't want to miss anything. It always makes me feel bad when I go back and look at the chat and see that something was missed.
You can blame it on me.
I still do, but it makes me feel bad anyway.
Oh, I didn't realize you did.
In my brain.
Oh.
Okay, we don't have any more questions. Thank you so much for sticking around. I will figure out why YouTube is messing with me. I don't know. Some kind of hazing or something. Who knows? So, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
And hit the like. And
yeah.
Leave us a comment.
Do that too.
What do you think about where we would like to take the channel? And if that's something that would still interest you. And happy burning. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.